Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. I am Easy69. Happy Friday. We are back on this lovely Friday with three tanks that have come for sale yet again. I've decided to do a video on all three tanks in the one video, as they've come not as one bundle, but they've come together as three Chinese tanks in the store. So as I've said, there's three tanks that have just come back for sale, and all three are pretty good tanks. One is just simply amazing. One is just okay, just a normal okayish tank, and another one is really good. So first up, we have the Type 62 Dragon. Now this tank is one of the best tier 7 premiums you will get. Now the Dracula will give it a run for its money, and the Dracula is probably a lot better. Well, I wouldn't say a lot better, a lot stronger, because the speed, and it's well, not even just the speed. This has better reload than the Dracula, but the Dracula just feels a lot better. But this is a tank that can give the Dracula a run for its money. At the time of making this video, I'm not sure how much the prices are. So by the time you're watching this video, you'll probably know how much the tank is worth, because I will release this video just as these come for sale. I'm not allowed to release it before because of NDA, a signed agreement that I've got. So these are just the tanks that I know are coming for sale on today by the time you watch this video, and you're not going to get much better than this tank. Now for me, the Dragon, the Type 62, is a must-have tank. It's been for sale many times, and I think the last time it was for sale it was 10,000 gold. But it is a must-have if you're looking. If you've got 10k gold, or it might be a little bit cheaper, it might be a little bit more expensive. Again, I'm not sure, but you will know by the time you've watched this video. But if you are thinking about getting this tank, seriously, you do need to get it, because it is just amazing. 4.8 seconds reload, it really quick. It's got lovely heat penetration, and it's borderline OP. It really is. And if you haven't got the Dracula, if you haven't managed to get the Dracula, then you must get this, because this is one of the only tier 7 premiums that can give the Dracula a run for its money. It really is a nice tank, and I've owned this tank pretty much not even the first time it was. I think I bought it the second time it come for sale, and I just love it. And it's one of my go-to tanks in tier 7 if I want to have fun, earn a bit of credits. This and the Dracula, I do own both, so I can play both. Even if you've got the Dracula, this is definitely still worth getting. Definitely worth the gold, definitely worth the money, and for me it definitely is a must-have. Now in the background you have Neil or Niao, I'm not sure how to pronounce his name, but he's done a fantastic job. He's 6 kills, 3.6k damage, 59,000 credits, and he does an amazing job. 1300 base XP he gets, and definitely worth the ace. So that is the Type 62 Dragon. As I've said, definitely worth getting if you're thinking about getting it. You won't be disappointed when you do buy it. Now next up in tier 8 we have the WZ111. Now this tank is not a tank that excites me. It's not a tank that I sit and think, you know, I need to buy this tank. I don't own this tank, and quite frankly I'm probably not going to own this tank. Now it's not a tank I sit there and think, oh, I really want that tank, because it's not. I'm not saying it's a bad tank. It is actually quite a nice tank. for a Chinese heavy. But I own the IS-6, I own an IS-5, I own the IS-6 Fearless, I own the IS-2SH, I own the Defender, and this is pretty much in that category. I just don't need another premium heavy that are like the Russians. I mean, if you didn't own any of them, then maybe you can buy it. But when you can just go in the tech tree and buy an IS-6, which will be cheaper than this, or if you've got the clan supply level 10, you can go and buy an IS-5 for 1500 gold. Now the IS-5 is pretty much it's very similar to this, very similar. So I own all them. So it's just not a tank that is exciting, especially as you've got so many of the same kind of tanks. So for me, I won't be getting this tank. I won't recommend people to get the tank if they do own any of the other tanks. But as I've said, it's not a bad tank. So if you do buy it, if you do want to spend your money, and if you've got the money, then you can do whatever you like with your money. And if you do buy it, you are getting a nice tank. It's a nice tank. It's a good tank. But there's just so many of the same kind of tank. So this battle is it's an ace battle, but it's not really deserved an ace. So it is a tier 9 battle, and I have caught a base. It is dead rail, and as I capped A, all the enemy come round to C, and we've been taking them off one by one. It's now 4 against 4. This poor T30 goes around. He's not looking at me. We managed to shoot him, and we get him on fire, which now leaves 4 against 3. And the 3 remaining are all medium tanks. So we do need to get them pretty quickly. They are now capping B, and there is the Panzer 58 Mutz, who does the exact right thing. So the enemy are capping B, he's gone to go and cap A, which stops us getting any supremacy points. We take out the T-54, we take out the Super Persian, and we are on 800 points, so we're not going to gain any more points. He's still capping, he's just finished capping, and I'm going to go and try and cut him off. I've got a couple of tanks to my right, so we're going to go down and hopefully spot him, and that's exactly what we do. So we get a nice shot into him. He's going to go up the hill, and we're going to go in for the little ram. We're going to get the ram, and we're going to get the final shot. So we only do 2,700 damage. We blocked 500 damage, and we get 3 kills. But we still end on the ace. 2,700 damage. Again, it makes really nice credits. 90,000 credits there, which is amazing. But still, it's not a tank that really excites me, and I won't be getting this tank. Next up and last up is a tank that really does excite me, and I love this tank. It is the 121B, and it is a tier 10 tank. And it's only been for sale a couple of times before. It's been in crates, I believe. But it is a really good tank, and I really want this tank. So Chinese tier 10, it's a medium, and the turret, like all the other Chinese medium tanks, the turret is really good, and you're going to see that. We're going to bounce a couple of shots on our turret. We've got bounce from the 263 there, and we do get a couple more bounces, and if you can hold down in this tank just like the 121, you will get a few bounces. Now this has been buffed. There's another bounce there, 460 damage bounce. We're going to get a few more. There's another bounce from the Leopard. But it's a really nice tank. I'm not sure how much it's going to be for sale, but at least it's not crates. You can buy it outright with gold or with money, and it really is a tank I want. The only thing with this tank, you do get put on fire, engine damage, ammo rack damage quite often. Now you can see we've got the ammo damage there. The 263 is going to come in, he's going to get a shot, and I'm now getting wrecked. We do manage to take out the 263, and we're backing up, and we're still going to get a couple more bounces from that T57. There's another bounce, and it really is a nice tank. We're going to poke forward a little bit too much, but the turret is great, and we get yet another bounce. So the 121B, it's going to be quite a lot of gold compared to the Type 62 Dragon and the WZ111, but you've got to remember it is a tier 10 tank, and it's recently, a few updates ago, it did have a buff. So I think I'm not sure exactly what buff. I think it was the reload buff and a few others. The aim time on this thing is insane. The speed is insane. The turret armor is insane. 5.9 seconds reload. It really is a nice tank, and it is definitely a tank I want to get. But it's going to be quite a lot. God, that was very troll. The penetration isn't the greatest on this tank, so you probably need to shoot a little bit of pramo or get around tanks to be able to pen. But like I said, it is a really nice tank, and if you've got the gold in your account and you are thinking about buying this tank, it really is worth getting. If you don't have so much money, and then probably not worth getting. No points getting skint, spending all your money on this tank. Very easy to ace at the minute. Does still make credits, but yeah, definitely a tank I would recommend. So that is it, guys. 3 tanks. If I was to pick one, I'd definitely go for the Type 62 because it's borderline OP and it will be the cheapest. So that's it. Thanks for watching, guys. I am Meadsy, and I'll catch you all soon. Bye bye.